Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something I think, nearly everyone thinks about. Finding financial well-being. And maybe even more than that, finding a genuinely balanced relationship with money. It often feels just out of reach, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're always chasing the latest strategies, the new hacks, looking for that edge.
Right.
But what if the real key, the secret to lasting financial peace, isn't some new technique?
Yeah.
What if it's ancient wisdom?
That's exactly it.
Could philosophy, like thousands of years old, actually hold a shortcut for our modern finances, our wallets?
It's a fascinating area, and that's what we're exploring. We've looked at a whole range of sources, classical Stoic texts, sure, but also modern financial thinking that builds on them. And our mission, really, is to pull out the practical stuff for you. Actionable insights.
Okay.
This isn't about, becoming some kind of monk or giving everything away. It's about how this philosophy focused on virtue, reason, self-discipline can genuinely change your financial life right now.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Stoicism. It's a word we hear. Maybe think of someone keeping a stiff upper lip.
Yeah, that's the common image.
What is it, really, at its core? And how does something from ancient Greece connect to, say, my 401k? Or just paying the bills? It seems like a bit of a jump.
Well, it's less of a jump than you might think. That's what's so interesting here. Fundamentally, Stoicism teaches us to focus our energy very deliberately on what's actually in our control.
Yay.
And just as importantly, to accept the things that are not, to cultivate this inner calm contentment, regardless of what's happening outside.
Right, the external stuff.
Exactly. Think about your money worries. How much anxiety comes from things like market swings, the global economy, what other people are doing?
A lot.
All things totally outside your control, right? Stoicism gives you a mental toolkit for that. It helps you sort out what you can influence versus what you just can't. You shift your focus inward to your own reasoned response instead of just reacting to the chaos out there.
So it's not just about letting go of what you can't control, but also actively working on yourself. Our sources kept mentioning these four sort of cardinal Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance.
That's right.
They sound very philosophical. Can we really connect those to like practical money stuff, day-to-day finance?
Absolutely. Think of them less as abstract ideas and more like a compass for living well. And that definitely includes how you handle your money. Let's break them down. So wisdom. In finance, this is about making sound, reasoned choices.
Okay.
It's not about predicting the future market perfectly impossible, right? Instead, Stoic wisdom means asking, okay, what information do I actually have? What can I know? How can I use reason, not just gut feeling or what everyone else is doing, to make this decision?
Like with stocks, maybe?
Yeah, perfect example. Market's going crazy, panic sets in, lots of people sell low. Stoic wisdom encourages you to step back. Look at your long-term plan, your diversification, your goals, things you control, rather than reacting to the noise, the headlines.
Right, filter out the noise. That makes sense. Okay, what about courage? Financial courage sounds a little intense for my budget spreadsheet.
Maybe, but it's relevant. Financial courage is about sticking with it through tough times without giving in to fear. It's that mental strength to say, stay invested when the market drops.
Or not jump on some crazy get-rich-quick thing.
Exactly. Or even just facing up to debt and making a plan to pay it down when it feels huge and scary. Imagine losing a job, or your investments take a big hit. Courage, for a Stoic, isn't pretending you're not scared. It's acknowledging the fear, but acting rationally anyway.
Okay.
Focusing on the steps you can take to fix things, not just dwelling on the bad luck. It's resilience, sticking to the plan.
That resilience piece feels really key, especially now. Okay, so justice. How does justice fit with money? Beyond, the obvious, like not committing fraud.
Good question. Justice here is broader. Yes, it's about fairness and honesty in your dealings, paying what you owe, fair negotiation. But it's also about fairness to yourself and maybe your community. Being a responsible steward of your resources. Think about a business deal. A Stoic approach aims for a win-win, a fair exchange, not just maximizing your own profit, whatever the cost to the other person.
Integrity.
Yes, integrity. It builds trust, better long-term relationships, which frankly often pays off financially too down the line.
A different way to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Temperance. This seems like the most obvious fit for finance controlling spending. But I feel like there's more to it.
Oh, absolutely. Temperance is about self-control, moderation. But crucially, it's about managing our desires. This is where it gets really, really interesting. It's not just about budgeting skills. It's about understanding why we want the things we want.
Oh, right.
Seneca, the philosopher who was incredibly wealthy, by the way, wrote a lot about the danger of getting too attached to stuff, to wealth itself. For him, temperance meant living simply, not because he had to, but because he chose not to be a slave to wanting more.
Choosing simplicity.
Exactly. In today's world, it's the power to resist impulse buys, to delay gratification, to genuinely live within your means, maybe even below them. Not because you feel deprived, but because you've made a reasoned choice for freedom, financial freedom, inner peace.
Recognizing that more stuff doesn't equal more happiness.
You got it. Contentment comes from inside, not the next Amazon delivery.
That's a really powerful shift. Moving from chasing external things to managing our internal state, our desires. So if Stoicism is about focusing on what we control, what does that look like with money day to day? Beyond the virtues, what are the actual levers we pull? The actions.
Well, the sources consistently point to a few key areas. Your spending habits totally in your control. Your saving and investing strategies, how you set them up, how consistently you follow through, also in your control.
Right.
And how you manage debt, choosing to take it on, how you pay it off, your control. The big Stoic idea here is making financial decisions using reason, not emotion or social pressure. Aligning your choices with your actual values and goals. And that brings up a question for you listening. Think about your last big money decision. Was it logical, planned, or was it a feeling, an impulse, maybe trying to keep up with someone else?
Oof. That's a tough question to ask yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the why. Okay, so give us the practical playbook. What are the concrete Stoic actions for our finances?
They sound simple, but they're powerful when you apply that Stoic mindset. First, set clear, achievable financial goals. That's wisdom in action. Know what you're aiming for, direct your resources there, don't just drift.
Makes sense.
Second, create and stick to a budget. That's temperance, right? Conscious control over spending, saying no now for a bigger yes later.
The sticking to it part is key.
Absolutely. Third, prioritize saving and investing. That takes courage resisting spending now and wisdom understanding long-term growth. Fourth, avoid unnecessary debt. Live below your means. That's temperance again, and just plain prudence. It frees you up.
Buys you freedom.
Exactly. And running through all of this is that constant effort. Make decisions based on reason, not impulse. Build a solid financial foundation, not just chase quick wins.
So it's less about being a financial whiz in the traditional sense, and more about having this philosophical backbone for resilience.
That's a great way to put it. Resilience, direction, yes. And the outcome isn't just a bigger bank balance, though that often happens. It's far more than that. When you adopt this approach, you can handle market ups and downs with much more calm, less panic.
Yeah, less panic sounds good.
You build wealth steadily, sure, but maybe the biggest payoff, a real sense of financial serenity, peace of mind.
Peace of mind about money. It sounds amazing.
It is, knowing you've done what's in your control and you can accept the rest. It's a shift from anxiety to calm.
That calm is incredibly appealing. Now, beyond the numbers, the budgets, Stoicism also talks about gratitude and mindfulness. Feels a bit soft for finance. How does that fit in?
It might seem soft, but it's actually core to this approach. Stoicism strongly encourages appreciating what you have right now instead of always chasing the next thing.
Okay.
It's not about passively accepting a bad situation, but actively cultivating contentment with your current financial life. Think about it. Many of us operate from this feeling of scarcity, right? Not enough. If only I had X.
Definitely feel that sometimes.
Stoicism flips that. It pushes you to see and value the abundance you already have, even if it's modest. It's an antidote to endless wanting, being present with what is.
So how do you do that? Practice financial gratitude or mindfulness? Are there like specific things you can do?
Yeah, there are practical ways. The sources suggest things like keeping a gratitude journal, but specifically for finance. Write down things you're thankful for your income, having a roof over your head, savings, maybe a small windfall. It shifts your focus from lack.
I like that. Simple.
Another is mindful spending. Before you buy something, pause, ask, do I really need this? Does it align with my values? Or is it just a fleeting want? That pause is wisdom and temperance in action.
That pause. Yeah. Slowing down the impulse.
Exactly. Also, consciously choosing experiences or relationships over just accumulating more stuff. That shifts your whole value system. And finally, giving back. Charity, volunteering. It reinforces that sense of abundance, reminds you your resources can do good beyond just yourself.
Those are really concrete practices. It seems like they work on your head as much as your wallet. What's the overall effect?
It's transformative. You shift from scarcity thinking, always needing more, to appreciating what you have, sufficiency. The results: way less financial stress, more resilience when things go wrong, because your security isn't just external, and ultimately a deeper sense of fulfillment in your relationship with money. You see it as a tool, not the end goal, a tool to support a good, meaningful life.
Okay, pulling this all together, integrating Stoicism into how you handle money.
Specifically for finance, write down things you're thankful for: your income, having a roof over your head, savings, maybe a small windfall. It shifts your focus from lack.
I like that. Simple.
Another is mindful spending. Before you buy something, pause, ask, do I really need this? Does it align with my values? Or is it just a fleeting want? That pause is wisdom and temperance in action.
That pause. Yeah. Slowing down the impulse.
Exactly. Also, consciously choosing experiences or relationships over just accumulating more stuff. That shifts your whole value system. And finally, giving back. Charity, volunteering. It reinforces that sense of abundance, reminds you your resources can do good beyond just yourself.
Those are really concrete practices. It seems like they work on your head as much as your wallet. What's the overall effect?
It's transformative. You shift from scarcity thinking, always needing more, to appreciating what you have, sufficiency. The results: way less financial stress, more resilience when things go wrong, because your security isn't just external, and ultimately a deeper sense of fulfillment in your relationship with money. You see it as a tool, not the end goal, a tool to support a good, meaningful life.
Okay, pulling this all together, integrating Stoicism into how you handle money. What are the big picture benefits for you, the listener? It feels like it goes way beyond just better budgeting.
Oh, it absolutely does. It's a whole mindset shift. The sources point to several key benefits. 1, better financial discipline, better self-control. You avoid those costly emotional mistakes.
Right, the panic selling or impulse buying.
Exactly. 2, much greater emotional resilience. You can face setbacks, job loss, market crash with more perspective, less anxiety, more equanimity.
Equanimity. Good word.
And that leads to the ultimate goal: long-term stability and genuine peace of mind. Because you're focusing on your actions, your choices, and accepting what you can't change. You become the master of your finances, not the other way around.
And the ancient Stoics themselves had some zingers on this. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." How does that hit home for money worries? Because they feel so real.
It's incredibly relevant. So many of our financial anxieties are about what ifs, right? Worst case scenarios that might never happen.
Guilty as charged.
Or obsessing over daily market movements we can't influence. Stoicism helps you pause, step back. Ask, is this a real problem needing action now? Or is it imagined fear? Worry about the uncontrollable. By grounding yourself in reality, focusing on your sphere of influence, you cut down stress hugely. You free up mental energy.
Distinguishing real problems from imagined ones, okay? And Epictetus gave us that other powerful line: wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. What's the takeaway there for us today?
Epictetus hits right at the heart of temperance, doesn't he? He radically redefines wealth. Our society screams, more is better, bigger house, newer car, latest phone.
Always more?
Epictetus says, no. True richness isn't about accumulating stuff endlessly. It's about contentment. It's about mastering your desires. It's like an invitation to freedom. Freedom from the endless chase. Find satisfaction in living within your means. Value experiences. Break that cycle.
Redefining wealth as an internal state, not just external number.
Exactly. An internal measure.
Wow. This really is a powerful combination. Ancient wisdom, modern financial life. It feels like a clear path, not just for building wealth, but for building a more, balanced and fulfilling life overall.
It truly is. It's holistic. And maybe a final thought to leave you with from Marcus Aurelius. He said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Apply that to your finances. Maybe real financial freedom isn't just the number in your account. Maybe it's the active control you take over your desires, your choices, your reactions to those numbers, to events. It's about doing. Embodying these principles day by day, building a financial life that genuinely reflects your deepest values, not just thinking about it, but being it.